So there was a time many years ago, and this is when Joanna was directing movies, had a production studio. So this was one of her movies. And we were also both starring in it. And this was like a feature movie. So there's like 10 actors in it. We had some extras. And we rented a house with a pool to shoot in. And this was like one that we don't normally use. And I'm about to tell you why. Mm-hmm. And so everything seems to be fine at the beginning of the day. And then a couple hours into the shoot, there's a back house in the backyard. Mm-hmm. And this
a back house,
like a separate
like a guest
house.
Okay. A guest house.
And
things they have.
We didn't think anything
of
it.
Don't have guest houses here.
And out comes a very, I'm gonna assume, tweaked up, very big, very scary, like Hell's Angels looking biker dude with his fucking dogs, and he just starts walking around like being weird, and then he starts like on purpose like making noise like we're filming, like someone's like fucking on the pool deck, and he's over here like jingling his dog's leash and stomping around. And at some point he got mad that we were filming there, and Joanna's like, well, I didn't rent the house from you. I booked it from the owner of the house. And he's like, that guy's my bitch, he works for me. And he started to get all crazy, and he just really did not like us filming there.
He was like, you guys need to get out.
He's like,
and
you need to leave.
I have this house booked for 4 days. Like, what do you mean,
And he starts getting increasingly more volatile, increasingly more just like I'm on a lot of crack or fucking meth.
And I remember I told the guy I rented it from, I was like, hey,
get your boy in line. And he was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he was like, oh, he's no big deal. Don't worry about him. He's like, don't worry about him. I'm like, he seems really
So we did
mad.
like at least know who that guy was.
Yeah, I guess it was his
drug buddy,
roommate, whatever I don't know.
So at some point though, it was completely fucking everything up. And I remember I go over to him with the PA, Nate.
Yeah.
And we're trying to be reasonable, but it's getting
because I'm
reasonable.
Just trying to. I was like,
well, he probably just wanted money, right?
I don't honestly know what he wanted. He was like not.
He didn't want us in.
He was like not in his right mind, and then he starts getting a little shovey and getting a little. And the PA, who is smaller than me, this dude is like teeny. Smacks the guy's hat off.
Is that what happened?
Nate smacked his hat off.
Because I was on the other side, like, guys, just keep fucking. Guys, everything's fine.
So 10 feet away, this is happening, and Joanna's like, it's okay.
And I'm like, it's okay, guys. And Aaron's like, we're going to go deal with this. And I was like, yeah. So, I was like, don't worry, just keep fucking. Can you fuck louder so we don't, like, I was trying to just, I was like, we need to just finish this scene. And then,
So this is happening, and then it starts getting really heated, and the guy goes, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm just going to call a bunch of my friends over. Then we'll see what's up. 20 minutes later, like 20 bikers roll up to this house. And we're just like, cool. This is going
Meanwhile,
great.
The guy I rented it from was like, don't worry about him. Like, he's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine.
He had lost control of the situation. And all these fucking very sketch bikers roll in the house. And you could tell, even they didn't really know what they were like. Oh, our boy called us, so we just needed. And I remember I was like, me and the PA were like, okay, we gotta go. This is over. Get the girls out now, like immediately. So Joanna had her car, and we made all the female talent, like just on the spot. We're like, grab your shit, put on fucking a shirt or whatever, go. Like, get out of this property now, because shit is getting really dicey. And me and the PA and the camera guy just, with all these dudes like talking shit, lurking around in like it wasn't a mansion. It's like just a house in LA. We're like packing up gear. We're like rolling up cables. We're trying to not look at anyone. And basically we just scooted out within like inches of everybody just corralling around us, ready to fucking beat the living shit out of us. And we finished the movie that day. We went to a different house with a different pool. But it's funny because in this porno movie, you'll see, because we didn't have the butt. It starts in one house and it just magically ends in a different
It's
house.
worse than that, because it would be like, that would even make sense. Like, you know, when you shoot a movie, you shoot like one side of a conversation and then you shoot the other side of the conversation. There's legit like the same shot, you know what I mean? Like the close up is in one place and the wide is in another place.
It's like,
and we're just like, and then it wound up winning an award that year for best comedy at AVN, and I was like,
A lot of the comedy was unintentional.
Like it was like, oh, it turned. They were laughing.
We're like, oh, it's so funny how you guys just switched locations.
That's so funny.
Like,
That's so clever. Like,
that
you
on
know, so we
purpose.
kind of hammed it up, like, you know, like, oh.
No,
it's
but that
just
was
like, it
actually
on
one of the
purpose, yeah.
very few times in my life where I for about 10 minutes was like, I think like I'm done here. I think like I'm going to the hospital. And like I was just happy that they had already driven off, because we had to stay in the house, me and the two other guys, probably about 15-20 minutes after they took off to just pack up and try to get the fuck out. Also, the other thing was the guy, you were like, we're not paying you for this location, and that also pissed everyone off.
Well, he tried to ask me.
Yeah, he was like, well, for today.
Yeah,
You were like, fuck off.
Yeah,
bro.
he's like, we could just do a half day rate. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
You're like, we will.
Oh, the guy was in the house. The guy who owned the house.
Yeah, but it seemed like it was kind of like a biker house, and the guy who owned the house was not in charge of the people, so they ran
I think
the
a whole
house.
bunch of people lived in the house, like, and like
It was a meth
somebody
house,
just
straight up,
decided
yeah.
to rent out the house to porn without really discussing it with everybody else in the house.
Maybe
like, oh,
this is
look.
like a scam though, where maybe they rent it out and then scare the people out and then just try to take the money.
I can't imagine a bunch of bikers would be upset that you were filming pornography.
I know, why were they
Well, that's what
Okay.
distracted them, I think, when they first rolled up. They were like, wait, what's with the naked girls here? And then all of a sudden the naked girls were gone, and they're like, why are there two
was
dudes
this
here?
guy
Like,
so mad that we were filming a porn? I think
we've never
we
figured
really
that
don't
out.
know.
I mean, if it was like a criminal enterprise, he may have been a little nervous.
I mean that
No,
But if
he
you were
was
in the
really
house and didn't see
mad.
like,
but porn.
I think it was more like he was mad that the other guy had like a money going operation. I don't know. It was like, it seemed like a whole bunch of people lived in this house, and one person took it upon himself to rent it out to porn
checking with his
checking
boys,
or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm just saying, if I woke up
He was
one
probably-
day and I was like renting an apartment from a guy, and I walked out into the backyard and there was just a porn happening, I'd be like, all right, I better make some coffee.
You wouldn't call like all your friends to come and murder everyone? I don't, you know.
No, I think
Get
I
like
know.
like a lawn chair.
That's
and
what I was.
I might
why-
call out of work.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so mad about it, but
Harrington-
he was really mad about it, and he wanted to mess up the porn. Like he kept making noise, and I'm like, just fuck louder. Like,
Did you have something, Harrington?
Yeah, I've just been watching Breaking Bad, like rewatching it, and I'm genuinely picturing them
Yes.
having a
Yeah.
meth lab in the basement
Completely.
and porn
Yes.
going on
You know,
upstairs.
yeah.
That's
I'll
interesting.
just say it. It's not the first meth lab we've used as a location. You know, porn gets along with criminals usually.
Yeah.
You know, like
Sometimes people who have meth labs going on, they need to make extra money too.
they still got
you
that,
know, and you need like a big space to make meth, I guess. So it's like you have extra space to. I don't know.
we were at one location once where they pulled the trucks in with the barrels of the chemicals, and the guy was like, "Not today!" Like they're using the house.
Yeah,
like,
they pulled
like
in
he
and
like
they
they were
pulled
like
it
ready
in.
to unload all the shit. It was real, and it was like a very remote house, and they had a complete separate back house on the property that they were cooking meth in, and the guy was like, "Turn around, like come back
But to
tomorrow."
be fair, that happened to be a location where they shot like episodes of real TV shows.
Yeah, like
too. Yeah.
CSI. Some of
Yeah.
your favorite Hollywood locations are
Yeah,
also
are
meth,
also
meth
meth
labs,
labs,
if they are in
okay?
California.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if there are like terrible tragedies of porn shoots where like meth labs exploded and people just don't know about
Look,
it.
and it's not common.
Explosions
There's
are pretty
not
loud.
like it's not like every, you know. I'm just saying, like, if there's, you know, because a lot of times you're looking for a place to shoot where there's like that's just very large and
And
there's just a lot-
isolated where noise
and
won't
isolated.
be a factor.
Exactly.
It's not a
Yes.
a little out
like
there.
if you're shooting a certain kind of movie where you need a lot of outdoor space, and like,
guess
you know,
who,
if you're
guess
in
who else
California,
needs
you
space
know,
and needs it
meth labs.
private and
Yes.
needs it to be
So it's
yeah.
not like every house is like that. It's just when you're particularly shooting a movie that needs a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot of places in Los Angeles where there's just a ton of extra space, and you're
Privacy.
not going to hear traffic, and you're not going to hear noise, and like, you know, it's probably also going to be a meth lab. I mean, you know.